Hello there, I'm Kyle Sasser and this is BizTweaks. So this series basically covers product pitfalls, which can cost you money, or the properties of the perfect Amazon product. And the number 3 thing you want to look out for is you want to look for an unbreakable product. Think of not even like a piece of concrete, because a piece of concrete, if you hit it right, it's just going to snap in half. Now this is mainly for people just starting off, and the reason why is because you don't want to add too many variables to the process when you're just starting. There's a lot of stuff to learn. The more variables and complications you add in, the higher likelihood you have that there's going to be a failure somewhere in that process, and you're going to end up with products that you can't sell, or even worse, losing money. So make sure that the first few products you do are unbreakable. So, avoid things with glass in it, things with very thin plastics, things that have electronics. Electronics are their own little special segment. Now, the margins can be good in electronics depending upon what it is and what you're selling. The problem is there's a whole process that you have to learn to guarantee that the quality of those electronics from the factory to you, to the customer, maintains a very high level. A lot of times if you order electronics, the quality control is not going to be there. You're going to have a lot of defective parts, and you're not going to find out about it until you get a ton of returns, and then Amazon's mad. They're threatening to shut your account down. It's a nightmare. So to start off with, make your life tremendously simple. Stick to unbreakable products. This is something that, if you throw it on the ground, it's probably going to be okay. Because this stuff's going to get banged up in shipping too. Just in regular use, make sure it's not very fragile. Make sure that moving parts are extremely limited. If it's just a solid block of something, that's perfect. So why so harsh? Why is so harsh on this unbreakable thing? Why do I have such a line in the sand on this? The reason why is it's not just dealing with the returns. So everyone knows how a return works. You sell a product, you ship the product, customer gets it, it breaks, or the customer breaks it, or it gets broken during delivery. They pop up, they request a return, you issue the return. The problem comes when you have too many returns, because Amazon does monitor that. Amazon's main thing is they want to provide the highest level of customer service and customer experience to their customers. So whenever an item arrives it's broken, or an item arrives and the customer breaks it, or it just arrives defective, that is a poor customer experience. How would you feel if you ordered a product that came in and it was broken or didn't work out of the box? You'd be a little upset. So Amazon does monitor those metrics, and if you start having too many returns, they're going to turn that listing off until you figure out what the problem is and fix it. The other side is if you're having Amazon fulfill those products, if you're having Amazon handle shipping the items to the customer and the customer service and all that part, which I do highly recommend, by the way. What happens is that they charge you for the returns, and then they charge you again whenever Amazon actually ships the defective items back to you. Now, you do have the option of destroying the items, which to me is not really an option at all, because I want to know what's wrong with those items so I can make them better, so I don't have that return rate and it just eats up profits. And again, Amazon monitors their returns. So if you have a high level of returns under FBA, they're going to turn that listing off until you figure out what's wrong with the item. And like I said, even if you think that you can resell those items, you still have to pay Amazon to ship those items back to you. And it's just an insidious weight on your profit. Like it just eats at it. I hate it. It's one of my huge pet peeves. So keep your return rate as low as possible. Make sure that your items are near unbreakable. Just like steel bar. Well, even those you can bend. Go with a tube. Tubes are a lot stronger. So just make sure that it's not fragile, that it's not going to break in shipping, and that's going to give you a leg up in figuring out all of the other processes. Once you have the other Amazon processes figured out, then absolutely go for a few more fragile items. Test them, try them out. But when you're just starting off, save yourself the headache and stick with unbreakable products. Thanks for tuning into this BizTweaks Amazon video. I'd like for you to subscribe. If you'd rather have us in podcast form, we're available there as well. You can do both down below. Please leave us a comment or question if you have any. And I do also offer complete training courses and boot camps if that interests you. I've got a link below as well too. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.